Hey guys, welcome back. This is the KEH Photo Blog, and in this tutorial I'm going to give you guys a quick demonstration on how to add light leaks, which is a vintage photo effect to your DSLR photography. So let's go ahead and open up our image and get started. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and grab our light leak, and that's going to be available on the KEH blog, and I've already opened that up in the Photoshop. So let's go ahead and press Control A and select everything, and then press Control C for copy, and let's go back to our photo and let's paste that image in, Control V, and let's name that layer light leak. Now once we have that set up, we want to go to the blending options and we want to select screen, and you can already see that the image already has a certain vintage feel just by applying with the screen blending option. So next thing we want to do to further our aesthetic is to add a hue saturation layer. I want to desaturate this a little bit, so I'm going to go to the layers palette and I want to select hue saturation, and I'm going to just take the saturation slider and turn that down to maybe 30, 25, 35, something like that. Okay, that looks good. I want to add some contrast, so I'm just going to select the curves adjustment layer, and I'm just going to draw a S curve, and by bringing up this higher area that gives us brighter brights, and by creating a S curve, it gives us more darker darks. So right now I feel like the light leak might be a little bit too strong, so let's go back to the light leak and let's turn the opacity down, and let's just bring that down to whatever we feel looks good for the image. And I just want it for the boy to be visible. Right now he's kind of blown out, so I'm just going to bring him back in. Okay, that looks good. Okay, great. Now I want to give a little bit of a vintage tone to the entire image. Just want to wash it with antique type of flavor. So I'm going to add the curves adjustment again. I'm just going to create curves, and I'm not going to play with the RGB setting. First I want to go to red, and I'm going to take the red channel and just bring that up. Okay, and you can see the whole image is starting to feel a little warmer. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the blue channel and I'm going to bring that to the right. It's going to add a little bit of a yellow kind of flavor in there. And I want to go overboard. I always go overboard, and then I go back with my opacity slider, and then I dial in what I feel works the best. Okay, I feel that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and review our original image. If you hold down the Alt key and click on the eyeball of our image layer, it'll deactivate all the other layers and we can see our original image. Okay, here you can see our original image, and here we can see our vintage effect in our vintage. Okay, looks pretty good. So I just want a little bit more color to come in over here, and I don't have another light leak image, so how do I do it by hand is the question. So let's create a curves layer. Okay, and let's go ahead and move that to the side. And I'm just going to go and make sure I'm selected on the actual mask, and I'll grab an airbrush, and the airbrush is one of the brush tools with the hardness set to 0. You can see right here, one of the default brushes. And let's just go ahead and paint this area black. Okay, and my opacity is pretty low, it's about 20, so I'm going to turn that back up to 100. I'm just going to fill in this area right here. Okay, now let's go ahead and activate our layer options again by double clicking on this yin yang symbol, and let's go ahead and burn that out. So I'm just going to take the contrast, I'm going to grab the middle of the image, and you can see that this blending option needs to be inverted, so I'm just going to click over here and press Control I. I only want it for this area. Okay, so let's go back and let's bring that area up again. Okay, and let's just add a little bit more of a warm tone to that, so I'm just going to pull that out. Okay, and then I want to add a little bit more of a burn type of effect, so I'm going to add a little bit more like that. Okay, let's go back to RGB and just burn that out more. Okay, we'll go back to red, just add a little more red into that. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's way too strong, so I'm going to turn the opacity down and just bring that back until I feel comfortable with it. And that looks pretty good. I think that balances out these two areas. So let's go back and look at our original image again. Here's our original image, and here's our finished image. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned to the next KEH photo blog next week. Okay, bye bye.